Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda
दीपमाला सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्रीनित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः। ओम राजाधिराजाय प्रसह्य साहिने नमो वयं वै श्रवणाय कुर्महे समे कामाय मह्यं कामेश्वरो वै श्रवणो दधातु कुबेराय वै श्रवणाय महाराजाय नमः। कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानीं सहितं नमामि। भवं भवानीं सहितं नमामि। भवं भवानीं सहितं नमामि।
स्वामी ओम जय नित्यानंद।
पुष्पाञ्जलिः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः मन्नाथ श्री जगन्नाथो अनेक जन्म संप्राप्त कर्म बंध विदाहिने आत्मज्ञान प्रदान्येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः मन्नाथ श्री जगन्नाथो मद्गुरु श्री जगद्गुरुः ममात्मा सर्वभूतात्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेद विभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः नित्यानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि पुष्पाञ्जलिं समर्पयामि भगवत् श्री नित्यानन्द परमशिव चरणकमलेभ्यो नमः ॐ नित्यानन्दम्
स्वामी ॐ जय नित्यानन्दा ॐ जय नित्यानन्दा स्वामी जय जय नित्यानन्दा लोकनाथ स्थितकाशो भगवान् कलिकल्मषमग्नानां नित्या उद्धारण चिकीर्षया स्वामी ॐ जय नित्यानन्दा सर्वधर्मप्रणेतारं नित्या धर्मग्लानिविनाशकं स्वामी धर्मग्लानिविनाशकं स्वामी ॐ जय नित्यानन्दा ॐ जय नित्यानन्दा स्वामी जय जय नित्यानन्दा लोकनाथ स्थितकाशो भगवान् कलिकल्मषमग्नानां नित्या उद्धारणचिकीर्षया स्वामी ॐ जय नित्यानन्दा सर्वदेवी स्वरूपाय नित्या सर्वदेव स्वरूपिणे नित्य सर्वदेव स्वरूपिणे विरक्ति भक्ति नैर्मल्य नित्या विरक्ति भक्ति नैर्मल्य नित्या भूति मंगलकारिणे स्वामी ॐ जय नित्यानन्दा ॐ जय नित्यानन्दा स्वामी जय जय नित्यानन्दा लोकनाथ स्थितकाशो भगवान् कलिकल्मषमग्नानां नित्या उद्धारणचिकीर्षया स्वामी ॐ जय नित्यानन्दा ॐ जय नित्यानन्दा स्वामी जय जय नित्यानन्दा लोकनाथ स्थितकाशो भगवान् कलिकल्मषमग्नानां नित्या उद्धारणचिकीर्षया स्वामी ॐ जय नित्यानन्दा ॐ जय नित्यानन्दा स्वामी जय जय नित्यानन्दा लोकनाथ स्थितकाशो भगवान् कलिकल्मषमग्नानां नित्या उद्धारणचिकीर्षया स्वामी ॐ जय नित्यानन्दा
जय परमहंस श्री श्री नित्यानंद स्वामी की जय।
I welcome all of you, the whole world, to come and celebrate, enjoy not only the enlightenment ecosystem, the beauty of how it is getting revived. Be an insider for this great revival process. If you are an insider even for a startup company, you will understand not only the result of the company, even that being an insider is such a joy. Being an insider when it was happening is something extraordinary. So, I welcome all of you to come and be part of an insider of this revival of KAILASA, the enlightenment ecosystem, sovereign order of KAILASA, KAILASA nation itself. I request and welcome, invite all of you to become e-Kailasian, get your free e-passport and make billions receive this free e-passport. What I mean by the word KAILASA, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to KAILASA, it's okay. KAILASA can come to you. KAILASA coming to you is KAILASA. KAILASA is the totality of the knowledge I received from my gurus and practice manifested in my life, perfected by teaching millions of people from all cultures, time zones, backgrounds, genders, nationality, race, from every creed. So this absolutely perfected knowledge available to you, served to you in your home.
Nithyananda, welcome back. We just went through a beautiful segment on Pratyaksh Pada Puja. Now we'll be moving forward with our show, Introduction into the Lifestyle of KAILASA. Today, we'll be looking at how the science of power manifestation leads to something much more than a simple health, some extraordinary health. How Paramashivoham leads us to manifest enlightenment, health, and superpowers, going beyond just normal physique or normal definition of health, going beyond what we understand as health. Now, before we start, let us visit this small sharing of an old lady, a devotee of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, who was unable to walk for 8 long years and was suddenly able to walk with the blessings of His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Shri Nithyananda Paramashivam, Swamiji, our beloved Guru.
Nithyananda,
I welcome you all with my
I'm
love.
Pranava from Oman.
Let you all open
Actually,
all your three
I
eyes.
have today I'm not here to talk about myself and my experience, which I have of 7 in IAs. But today I am here to talk about my mother-in-law, Srimati Lakshmi Devi Nithyanam, and the miracles which IA has created for her. And my mother-in-law, Lakshmi Devi Nithyanam, was in wheelchair for past 8 years, and this is the 9th year running. And she had a hip fracture and was not able to move freely. And when my husband Shri Priyan, that is her eldest son, told that she has to do inner awakening, she was a bit panicky, all because that she was not able to move. Who will look after her? She has to visit the washroom every 15 minutes. And then when the first day she asked Swamiji, this is her problem, and immediately he said, I am there, don't worry, before this 21 days I will see that you will walk. And today you can see her, the miracle happening. She is no more in that wheelchair. I mean, she was not able to get up herself, she needed help. and not able to walk because she was scared where she will slip and fall. And today she is walking without anybody's help, only with the walker. And Swami yesterday he said today he will make her walk without that walker also. And we are just eagerly waiting for that miracle to happen. 2 years back, I brought my mother with the same condition. She had extreme gout problem. She was a heart patient with a block. The same miracle happened with her, and this is an experience I wanted her also, my mother-in-law also, to experience. And she is extremely happy, and she has no words, Swamiji. Actually, she had prepared to talk, but suddenly she became scared of talking. Extremely grateful and thankful, Swamiji. And I want everybody in this, especially people of Karnataka, to see this miracle happening, and everybody can experience that. And Karnataka, please open your eyes wide and look into this. And media especially has to open the eyes and look into this miracle. And nobody else can do except our incarnation, Paramahamsa Nithyananda. Nithyananda Swami Ji ki Jai! Nithyananda Swami Ji ki! Nithyananda Swami Ji ki! Thank you, Swami.
Now let us watch another testimonial of a miraculous healing of one of the participants of Inner Awakening.
I had one participant running up to me just a few seconds ago. She is feeling overwhelmed with gratitude with what has just happened to her 30 minutes ago. So I'm going to read it for her. She has written it, a miracle that she just experienced. This is Ma Nitya Premanandini from Studio City, California. She's saying that 10 years ago, I'm just going to read it verbatim, the way she has written. 10 years ago, I had an unavoidable surgery which caused me to go blind in my right eye. For all these years, I have had no more than 5% vision in that eye. During my first Inner Awakening in 2010, Swamiji said, I will heal you. I continue to try every therapy I could find as well as working on my spiritual path. Just about 30 minutes ago, as I'm listening to these testimonials, I am looking at the hall and wondering why everything is looking so bright. I'm seeing so many more dimensions. So I put my hand over the left eye and saw for the very first time in 10 years colors and vision through my right eye. Especially the peripheral vision, which had been completely dark, she now has a vision, her right eye is back. She is expressing her immense gratitude to Swamiji for the miracle which has just happened to her.
Now we just went through another amazing testimonial of how various participants have experienced breakthrough in healing, getting relief from long-term sufferings in various dimensions, such as not being able to see with one of their eye for almost a decade, suddenly able to see with that eye when the third eye was awakened. Throughout the past 2 decades, various participants have gone through amazing transformation in the health dimension as they participated into 21-day programs such as Inner Awakening or Paramashivoham. We have 100% of participants who reported relief from chronic fatigue, 95% participants who had recoveries from depression, eating disorder, unexplained fear, arthritis, insomnia, fatigue, low energy, panic attacks, arthritis, asthma, and similarly, we had several participants who had breakthroughs in migraine, anxiety, and various other post traumatic stress and disorders. Throughout the years, we have seen statistically again and again our participants have gone through various transformation, curing their heart diseases, coming out of various cancers, various diseases, literally rewiring their entire neurology, biology, literally reconstructing the missing links which are stopping their body to function properly. We have seen various such miracles. These miracles are a testimony of how, when we pray to Bhagwan Paramashiva as the Guru, all our sufferings are healed. Today, we'll be looking at this aspect of how there is something more to health than just six packs or some physique, extraordinary physique as attractive physique. Our health has a higher reality. With the science of power manifestation, we do not get just some ordinary health benefits. We get extraordinary transformation leading to enlightenment. We'll be looking more into that. First, we'll be looking at some of the examples of how our mind is capable of much more, our body is capable of much more than what we ordinarily consider. Let's take example of avadhanis, people who can perform multiple tasks simultaneously, 8 or 108 or 1008 tasks simultaneously. Let us look at some examples. In this picture, we have Srimad Rajchandra, a Jain enlightened master who wrote several treatises on science of enlightenment. He is best known as a spiritual guide to Mahatma Gandhi. When he was 70 years old in 1884, he saw Shastri Shankarlal Bhatt performing 8 avadhana at a time, which means performing 8 tasks simultaneously at a time. Gattu Lalji Maharaj was also performing the same in Mumbai. When Rajchandra saw this performance, he quickly picked it up. Just 2 days after this, he performed in front of his friends and later publicly. He performed 12 avadhanas in public, 12 tasks simultaneously in public. And later in Morbi, he performed 6 tasks simultaneously in front of 2000 people. Later, he performed 52 avadhana, which means 52 tasks simultaneously in Botad. As an example, in a private meeting with his friends, Harilal Shivalal said, this 52 avadhanas included playing Chopat game with 3 players, playing cards with 3 players, playing chess, keeping count of the sound of the small bell, mentally computing arithmetic sums involving addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, keeping count of movement of beats along a thread, solving 8 new problems, composing verses on 8 diverse topics, selected at a time in a specific meter, chosen by various members of the audience, rearranging 400 words of various languages spoken in random order, including Greek, English, Sanskrit, Hindi, Arabic, Latin, Urdu, Gujarati, Marathi, Bengali, Maru, Jadeji, in the right order of subject predicate. Teaching a student, contemplating various figures of speech, all at once. So we have a count of this. 4 tasks simultaneously. Playing the game of Chopat, playing chess, keeping count of sound of the bell, mentally computing arithmetic sums. These are 4 tasks. Then 16 tasks on top of it, keeping count of movement of beads along a thread, solving 8 new problems, composing verses on 8 diverse topics selected at a time and in a specific meter by various members of the audience, which brings it to 16. So 16 plus 4, 20. Like this, he was able to perform 52 avadhanas all at the same time. Moving on, he performed 100 avadhanas at Sir Framji Kausi Institute of Bombay on 22nd January 1887, which gave him praise and publicity. He was awarded gold medal by institute and public for his performance, as well as the title Shakshat Saraswati, incarnation of goddess of knowledge. However, Rajchandra believed that the publicity gained by such avadhanas may become an obstacle in spiritual pursuits. So he gradually discouraged the performance and stopped it completely by the age of 20. For the 3 years from 17 to 20, he performed various avadhanas publicly. This feat attracted various public recognition throughout the world. But a very important point we need to understand here is, despite manifesting such extraordinary abilities, 100 avadhanas, 100 tasks simultaneously, Srimad Rajchandraji decided to stop this performance as he felt it was an obstacle in his spiritual pursuits. We'll be looking more into that. Now let us look at some contemporary examples of avadhanas or avdhanis. Dr. Medhasani Mohan and Shashwadhani Ganesh. Dr. Medhasani Mohan is referred to as Purva Pancha Shashravdhana Sarvabhauma for having performed the unique literary feat of Pancha Sahasrara Avdhanam, which means almost 5,000 people simultaneously asked him various questions which he answered. He was the first to perform Sahasradhanam. He performed over 1,000 avdhanams, 16 Shashtadhanams, 40 Dvigatams, and 45 Chaturnigata avdhanams in India and abroad. Similarly, Shashtavdhani Ganesha has performed over 1,004 Ashtavdhanams and 4 Shashtavdhanams, means, and he's fluent in more than 18 languages, Indian and foreign. He's also credited with introducing Chitrakavya into Avadhana, previously considered impossible to do in Avadhana. So we see how our body is capable of something much more than we understand ordinarily, and it is a science. It is a science which have been passed from generation to generation. We see some examples from the past. We see some contemporary living examples who still live amongst us, who can perform more than 1,000 tasks simultaneously, making us understand the potentiality of our brain. Despite being able to perform so many tasks simultaneously, Srimad Rajchandra believed that it was an obstacle to his spiritual pursuits. Now let us look at some more extraordinary examples to understand the potentiality of ourselves. Devraha Baba. Devraha Baba, who is known as ageless yogi, who lived for more than 150 years. It is said he lived for almost 400 years. We do not have records, but we do have living testimonies. Very recently, when he died in the year around 1991, he was visited by the Gandhi family of Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi. Much earlier, he was also visited by Rajiv Gandhi, and much earlier, he was visited by the first president of India. And he was also visited by the grandfather of the first president of India, which alone very clearly illustrates how he lived surely more than 120 years, 130 years. Devraha Baba was known as an extraordinary yogi and power manifester. He would simply come down from his kutir, walk down in the river Ganga, and just go inside the water and not come out for several hours. For several hours, he would be in cold, freezing water in samadhi inside the water and come out after several hours. As testimonials have revealed, he would come out after several days, sometimes being inside water for several days. We have seen several such extraordinary yogis who have manifested extraordinary powers. We have seen various ordinary people who have manifested amazing health. We have seen people who have recovered from several ailments just by the initiation of the Guru. Now, let us understand the possibility of human beings beyond just ordinary physique, how our bodies are capable of much more, how we can manifest enlightenment, health, and superpowers all together, where the manifestation of extraordinary powers do not come in the way of our enlightenment, but go in hand and give us a long life, literally living hundreds of years, doing our deeds dispassionately and getting liberated, just as how Upanishads has envisioned. Now, we'll be looking at an experiment done on our beloved Guru, Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagwan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, in 2004. In 2004, a team of scientists performed QEEG experiments on the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism to measure his brainwaves in different states of consciousness. These scientists were led by Dr. R. Murli Krishnan. Now, let us watch this short video about this experiment.
Nithyananda participates and encourages scientific researchers to derive evidences for meditation and healing through meditation. Dr. R. Murli Krishna, President COO, Integris Mental Health and James L. Hall Jr., Center for Mind, Body and Spirit, Oklahoma in US, and his team invited Nithyananda to derive scientific evidences for meditation and the state of his enlightenment.
When Swamiji came, I have requested him to do one thing. I asked him, would you be willing to undergo some scientific investigation of the meditation process? He very cheerfully agreed without one complaint. He went for 3 repeat sessions for PET scanning and 3 repeat sessions for quantitative EEG sessions. And these are really not very easy tests to go through. It requires a lot of patience and a lot of willingness to do that. So we did that, because if a meditation process is doing something to your brain, we should be able to detect that. Scientific findings are verifiable. They are replicable. You can replicate them, duplicate them. So Swamiji went through those sessions and we found some interesting findings.
In PET scan, they inject a radioactive dye which goes and sits in parts of the brain that are active. In the normal, non-meditative state, the brain is very active. And when we are seeing someone, the rear end of the brain, the visual cortex, is very active, as shown in the diagram.
Usually the brain is so active, there are 100 billion brain cells there. But what meditation does is something very interesting. It shows the frontal lobes getting more active. The frontal lobe is where you have judgment, wisdom, reasoning. Here are some of the brain scans I'm going to share with you. This is alert, non-meditative state. The second one is 30 minutes into 30 minutes meditation. Look at the frontal lobes, how they light it up. They light it up big time. 60 minutes of deep meditation, and here is a deep, deep level of meditation where it lights up significantly right here. Right in the middle, probably 1.5 inches, 2 inches deeper. What's interesting was Swami was inside, and that's the last part of that one. See that light right here? So what's interesting is I've never seen that before in my life. So the other parts I've seen may not be to the extent that Swamiji showed, but this is something interesting. There is something called dopamine, which is a chemical our brain is involved in. Dopamine is produced mostly in this area. And when you have any pleasurable feeling in your body, it is mediated through dopamine. It's a neuroreceptor. It's a chemical that transmits messages of pleasure. Basically evokes pleasure chemical. If you eat, the same thing is with visual pleasures you have. Beautiful people, beautiful sceneries, nature, whatever gives you pleasure. It's mediated through dopamine. Everything that human being experiences involves dopamine. But what's interesting is that you and I have the potential to create our own dopamine in a big way. So I named it, for lack of a word in the past, the D spot, which is the dopamine spot. If you can discover your D spot, you got it made in life. The D really stands for divine spot. The D also stands for delight, and the dopamine spot. What's also interesting is that he could, at will, go in and out of those states. Those are some of the findings I want to share with you. There's so much more talk about physiology of mind and brain and the body. It's a fascinating field that this is something that all human beings can relate to, can apply in our own lives. Not only a sophisticated knowledge, but these things have application in daily life for all of us.
Nithyananda's system of free healing, known as Nithya Spiritual Healing, has been baffling the medical world, curing diseases from migraine to cancer. Qualified people are also initiated to become healers. The complete report of the research conducted on Nithyananda's neurological system can be found in the book Mystic Phenomena, Scientific Data.
So we just saw this video from 2004 by Dr. Murli Krishna on the experiments done on the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, especially the QEEG experiments done on the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the revelations. Now let us revisit these revelations. These experiments revealed that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism can come out of different states of consciousness completely at will. He can enter and come out of these different states of consciousness completely at will. He can control the amount of dopamine which is injected in his body completely at will. Now let us look at some of the particular findings. Dr. Krishna mentioned one of the particular things in that when he studied Swamiji's brain's physiology, neurology, during deep meditation, 90% of the dominant hemisphere of the brain was shut down, where Dr. Krishna concluded and observed, it is as if Swami's brain has gone on vacation. And suddenly, the lower portion of the mesial frontal areas lighted up in a significant way. Dr. Krishna asked what the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism had done. Swamiji revealed, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism revealed, I just opened my third eye. This area which lit up in the QEG experiments was an area which corresponds to the third eye, the pineal glands, where the majority of dopamine is produced, or the bliss hormone, the chemical which is responsible for transmitting the signal of pleasure, of bliss in the body. Now, what was found during these QEG experiments was that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is able to control when he wants dopamine to be infused in his system, how much he wants to be infused, in which quantity, what time, and he can switch it on and off at will, which fundamentally shows the fundamental nature of enlightenment, that he's beyond the normal human happiness, joy, and suffering both. He is unclutched and in the state of equanimity in both in bliss and sorrow, because it is irrelevant to him, as he can control the bliss hormone dopamine at will. The bliss of such enlightened beings, especially given the fact that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is an incarnation of Paramashiva himself. But understanding the physiology of enlightened beings, they are beyond normal ups and downs of life. They have complete mastery over their complete hormonal chemistry, their whole body. They can control their bliss chemistry, deciding when to be happy, how much to be happy, completely able to switch on and off at will. Now, this is not the song of glory of just our great rishis, our enlightened masters, or the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, our beloved Guru. This is a glory. This is a possibility of each and every human being. Each and every human being can manifest extraordinary powers, whether it be sculpting their body to give them amazing appearances, or manifesting extraordinary avadhanas, ability to perform thousands of tasks simultaneously, or just going beyond all of it and manifesting ultimate enlightenment, where all the ups and downs of life become completely irrelevant and we live completely consciously in oneness with Paramashiva as lords, as swamis of our existence, completely in tune with nature and Paramashiva. It is possible. And the next important understanding is this science is repeatable and it can be passed from guru to disciple. We just saw how the science of avadhanas is transferred from guru to disciples, as in case of Sri Ram, as in case of Srimad Raj Chandra. Now we look at how the science of enlightenment is passed from guru to disciple. We'll be looking at one additional experiment.
I'll describe yesterday's research we have done. First, we hooked one of our senior brahmacharini, Ma Nitya Supriyananda, in the EEG mission. It's a remote control machine. The scientist, Dr. Kanak Pandey, she is working on the field of neurofeedback. Come on, Supriya, up! Oh. next word she said is unimaginable. I have never seen anything like this in my 26 years of experience. She is the founder member of Indian chapter of ISNR. And her name is Dr. Kanak Pandey.
Myself, I'm Dr. Kanak Pandey. I'm a psychologist by practice and my profession is psychologist. Since '84, I have clinic. Now for last 10 years, we are into neurofeedback and biofeedback. Neurofeedback, again, a brain training system that trains brain for better attainment, for better regularization, because the brain has 4 ability. Continuous to heal.
So you are in the field of the brain for years.
Yeah.
Wow.
So brain has the natural capability to heal. Even if we don't teach anything, it heals itself, it regulates, and it is changing all the time, and it is improving all the time. That's why children learn to do so many things. Even if we don't do anything, they learn to walk, talk, sing, balance, do very fine things. But in life, with so many things, we lose these plasticity. So we forget to regulate, we forget to again heal, we start becoming sick or ailing or start having poor ability to learn new things. Cognitive abilities are going. So neurofeedback trains brain that thing, and it's an amazing technique the Swami is showing here that is really beyond my capability to understand. I'm trying to, but really I've never seen this type of thing.
And the first study is normally when she's normal, how the brain is working. We found she has a brain. Second, it's working normally. Third, when the Kundalini was awakened at the exact moment, the researcher, the scientist, doctor, she says, Swamiji, the awakened state is intensely expressed. Same way, the deep sleep state is also intensely expressed. She says the gamma wave, which goes down very low, like a 1, 2 and all, during sleep, deep sleep, it has gone almost less than 1.42. She says this means there is no outer world information getting processed. The cognition is completely stopped. She says only during the deep sleep or the highly sedated can only create this kind of state. She says if I see only the monitor, I will say she is sleeping. But I can't say that now because I am seeing she is jumping. On the other side, extreme wakefulness. She says that wakefulness and let you guys see the original video of her own explanation. She says, I should not make any technical mistake in technical terms, that's why I am just briefing you. She says that wakeful state is something extraordinary. She can't even express immediately because she has never seen anything like this. She says the energy level, not just 1000%, 1000 times more. Another important point she says is, when I gave instruction for the brahmachari to levitate, she says first the instruction is being processed in the brain, means the brain is being convinced about the instruction. It is not like a hypnotism or mesmerism, straight away bulldozing and it is being executed. No. The negotiation goes on between the instruction and the brain, and brain gets convinced, and then the expression starts happening. She says very clearly the whole thing is.
And if this, the good thing is this, it can be implemented to masses. Ours is 1-to-1. I'll work with 1, 2 and 3rd and 4th. And if
I can actually do for at least 1000, 2000 people at a time.
So if it can reach to many people, if it's doing for 1000 people and it just works for 10% people, I'm a scientist so I'll talk on that percentage basis. Even if it works for 10% people, that will be a great help to society. So finding here is very amazing. Really we have got the thing, the on baseline, and in activation, it has gone up to 1,000 times.
Wow.
1,000 times. Now we need to calibrate
1,000% or 1,000 times?
1,000 times. So we need to calibrate this with others finding what actually it means. When we have never seen those readings, so we don't know what brain can do if it reaches to that thing. Because beyond our limit, we say only up to this limit. And if you start hearing up to 2 times time, we don't know what you can hear. We don't know, we can't understand that. So if your brain is having capacity of that, we really have to understand what actually you can do. So we need to understand. We can just only predict something or guesswork, a simple guesswork. Okay, I'm doing by 1, I'm doing 1. If you attain 2, you will be able to do. But no, brain is amazing. If you can attain 2, you may be doing 1,000 things. We are very not sure. So we need to see some research work, some other awakening things, and something to understand this data. What I suggest from my experience, that you can calibrate it by experiences. What actually you felt differently when you have attained this. Because you understand your body the best. You understand your brain the best. So what good, what not so good, what very bad, you experienced, you thought, and what type of confidence you got, what type of, say, nervousness you got, anything. Just get anything, whatever you get, like mining. When you are digging, you take everything and then analyze. That will help us to contribute to his work, and he'll be able to help us more. Brain normally is recorded in like electricity. It's like electrical impulses we are recording, and they are measured in hertz. So, and the amplitude is the length, the height of the any wave. So one thing is like frequency, how fast they are moving, and how high they are going, the strength of it. So when I say delta is very high, it means the amplitude of delta is very high that time. Amplitude is there, delta is there, alpha is there, all the frequencies are there, all the time present, but who is stronger? So delta is very stronger that time, and gamma is very low that time. It means a person is sleeping. If I just see the graph, I say person is sleeping and brain is not processing anything. But right here, in front of me, a person is and talking and doing normal thing, still brain is producing like a shut down everything, not receiving and not processing anything. It's absolutely sthiti pragya. It's not processing anything. So this type of is completely cut off. You are isolated from the outside world, and if outside world can leave you for even a second, you will be something different certainly. Because since the time we take birth, we are always responding to outside world and storing. The moment we are cut off, we are much more than living and dead, both. It's something different. The waves are defined as processing speed. The slowest wave, like 4 times in a second, is the slowest one. 0 to 4 times is the delta wave. That's the slowest when brain is not processing anything. And when infant is born, he is having maximum delta in his brain. That's why he is sleeping 23 hours in 24 hours. So only because he is not processing any outside information. So that's the slowest wave. Then theta is like internal processing. You are not receiving things from outside, but internalizing, like creating something, daydreaming, and in active word that may say absent-minded. You are here, but you are not here. You are not paying attention to. Then alpha is very relaxed and a learning.
That level which you said, that internally thinking.
Internally thinking.
What was that in them?
Theta was high. Initially it was high.
Oh.
It was high initially. Then internal processing was going on.
Okay.
Because certainly a person is awake and aware, and she must be processing what all is going on here. The way we are processing.
Now what I am saying, from outside information processing is not there.
Afterwards it was not there. Afterwards it was very high. The gamma was very high. Then the processing was not there, even internal.
Oh.
Initially it was high.
Okay. So after that, internal also is not there.
No, no, not there.
Oh, so I can say when I give instruction, it goes and becomes internal. That is the time there was high.
Yeah.
Then internal also becomes silent.
Yes. Then alpha is relaxed learning stage where we are absolutely relaxed and learning new thing and processing. And then the beta or SMR, there's a faster where you are processing a bit anxious, like you are learning, studying for the exam. So you are studying, you are paying attention, you are relaxed, but tomorrow is the exam. So a bit of anxiety is there.
What
so
is where that how that shows?
Beta in her? No, it was low.
Okay, there is no anxiety.
Initially all were high. It was all had gone for very high processing. Everything was high.
Okay.
Then
Then
after activation, after few seconds, it's down.
Okay.
And then the gamma is completely, in our term we say it's like a complete brain activation, whole brain activation. The electricity is passing very fast. So either it happens only 2 times. It's like in psychology we say it's a aha moment when you are working on some solution and not getting the solution, problem. When you go to sleep, all of a sudden during sleep, you get into that gamma where you clue the information. Oh, this was the solution. So that's a very high state of awakening, but it's a very gluing. So cut off from everything. Now I'm not processing. Door is closed and I got my solution. Gamma. 2 scenario. Gamma is for 2. Yes.
What is the waves of the waking state? Usually in everybody.
No, that may be hardly 10, 15. Amplitude of 15 to 20 is very normal.
In our case?
Hers is 45.
Wow.
It's 3
so
times.
The waking state.
Yeah.
3 times.
Yeah, even that. So I'm sure if it's not on body, I'm seeing this as disturbance. Pardon me for saying so. If it is jumping, she'll not be reading, she'll not be doing all that. If she does some task, I think the retention will be the highest.
Wow.
But then her body has to be settled.
Actually, as per Patanjali, this can very clearly say, I can declare her as enlightened publicly. See, that is what Patanjali means. Samadhi means this only. Nothing else.
So we just saw this video from around 2012 where various experiments were done on initiated disciples who were experiencing Kundalini awakening of the Kundalini Shakti, just as by initiation by the supreme point of Hinduism, our beloved Guru Swamiji, just by initiation experiencing Kundalini awakening and manifesting extraordinary states of consciousness. Now we have seen in past few examples of avadhanis who can perform thousands of tasks simultaneously. The kind of activity, neurological activity being observed is completely unknown and unseen to the scientific community. Now, what happens when the Kundalini Shakti is awakened? We saw how the Kundalini Shakti can be awakened from master to disciple. Now, we'll see that not just this awakening of Kundalini Shakti can be passed from master to disciple, it can be passed from disciple to the next generation. It is a science, repeatable, demonstrable, and can continue as a lineage. Now, let us see this extraordinary example where the initiated disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism were able to initiate the next in line, the next generation, and awaken sight in born blind children. Let us watch this video.
मैं मंत्र बोले तो पछी मारा गुरुजी ने याद करे पछी बोले
क्या देखा हुआ शब्द क्या देखा
थोड़ा ही मारा देखा
कई जगह थोड़ा ही आंखों ने बंदे ऊपर कपाड़ में बच्चे
अरे या आज की आंख में ये कपाड़ को दिखाई गया
Nithyanandam, I am Nithyananda. I am part of the thousands of people whom Swamiji has initiated to be able to manifest extraordinary powers. One of the extraordinary breakthroughs that I had in the past 5 years was very recently when I visited the Blind People's Association here in Ahmedabad. It was for the first time I saw the blind children, the visually impaired children. With his one blessing, Swamiji just told that through me, he blessed me to be able to be one of his Divya Shariras, to be able to carry and radiate him through my body. And he told me that I will be able to initiate all of those children for them to see.
The Blind People Association, especially today in morning sessions, I am surprised to share that most of the participants, they could read words having with the blindfold.
P-O-E-K.
So P-O-W-E-R, and he seen R as K. Wow, beautiful.
Beautiful. Excellent. Very nice.
Yes, so I want to just show this piece of paper, and that's exactly what is written.
Third eye as a capacity to make anything you want as reality.
Taste the first breakthrough, conscious breakthrough guaranteed. It is all about opening your third eye, giving you first conscious breakthrough. Any human being can go through these initiations and have this superconscious breakthrough, manifest these possibilities and powers.
One of the biggest gift to the humanity from KAILASA is his third eye awakening even for the born blind, visually impaired human beings.
So we just saw this series of following videos where we saw from manifesting healing for our various sufferings, not being able to walk for almost a decade, not able to being able to see with one eye for several years. Then we moved on to looking at how we can manifest so many extraordinary capabilities. What are our possibilities? Our possibilities are not limited to just manifesting some ordinary average health. Now, the definition of average is important. We think that six packs and a wonderful physique is what health means, what all a healthy human body can do. But we forget our infinite possibilities, such as Avadhana's ability to manifest thousands of tasks simultaneously at the same time. We saw some examples from the past, we saw some contemporary living examples. We also saw how even this is not what limits the possibilities of human beings, of we conscious beings. We saw the example of Devra Baba, who lived almost 400 years as it has been revealed, but surely more than 120 years as we have evidence from narratives of people from contemporary times, power manifesting extraordinary superconscious mutants like Devraha Baba, who can go inside water and be in samadhi for hours and days and come out of the water casually as if nothing happened, and living for grand old more than 120 years, 130 years, living powerfully. When we consider these extraordinary enlightened masters and superconscious mutants as our benchmark, surely just six packs or some physique does not fit the definition of even average. The very average of human beings is raised up to the next level. The very average of human beings is raised to the next level, to some level very high, which today's average human beings will not be able to understand. Now let us understand the problem in this average. Today's average human being has a life expectancy of just that he will work till the end of his life. He will work till 60 or 65, get retired, apply for the benefits of health insurance, waiting for death, and die. This is what the average healthy human being would dream of. If you die early, or if you have several diseases at the age of 35 or 40, having several problems related to cardiovascular diseases, diabetes, strokes, other complications, then you are a modern average human being who instead of having these problems in the late 50s or 60s is having these problems at his early 30s. So we see one side how the human race is moving in a direction, reducing their health step by step, step by step, step by step, bringing old age diseases to his 30s. Diseases which were not even there in part of normal human lifestyle some 50, 60 years ago. Today, cardiovascular diseases have become an epidemic. So we have with us today a very special guest, Sri Nithyananda, who will be sharing his perspective on how the definition of health needs to be rewritten and how we can manifest ultimate health leading to enlightenment through Paramashivoham. Please go ahead, Sri Gyanatma.
Yes, Nithyananda Maharaj, thank you so much. Exactly. So there's one of the concepts that what we're feeling is health is simply passing from day to day, but health actually equals an abundance. So even wealth is not only in the dimension of the monetary gain, but you have a wealth in your health dimension also. So it means overflowing abundance. So the existence is manifesting in all possible ways. And so that is the possibility and intention for us to experience life as abundance, whether it's in wealth, health, or relationships, or other aspects of our life also, to feel that overflowing abundance and powerfulness. So this is exactly what the gift is being given through the initiations into the superconscious mutation process from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in the Paramashivoham, and the darshan initiations that Swamiji gives in the various processes that are yet to be seen in the next level of Paramashivoham. So Paramashivoham.org is the place for you to enter your intention that you want to take the jump, that you want to manifest a new possibility. So one of the biggest issues, Maharaj, is that often we're feeling like, as you mentioned, that the health means that it's a sustaining for a certain number of years and until it overcomes the possibility of my life. Whereas actually the possibility for us is to enjoy and manifest all the powers that are being expressed all around us. So the beautiful, inexplicable ways that the cosmos functions and the natural beauties that express around the world for us every day is meant for us to enjoy and to manifest, because the source of all those things is a source of us as well. So frequently, what is the regular humanity is feeling is that the status quo is the expected lifestyle outcome. But we actually can live in a much more effortless way, and we actually can experience living in a relaxed way and being efficient. So we often believe that, no, I have to have stress in order to get things done. But you actually can be working in a relaxed inner space and be very active in the outer world and still be very efficient and organized and making things happen. So it's actually a very beautiful experience when your inner space gets cleansed and you get connected with that higher consciousness and you learn how to manifest that and manifest your intention, because things just happen. The cosmos just moves. And that's really what is the purpose of our life, is to experience that you are in the space of oneness with all things and you can manifest your life in a blissful and effortless way all the time. So the biggest obstacle to us manifesting this is our own self-doubt. So just drop the self-doubt and just take the declaration that I'm willing to take a step. So the easy step is to fill your intention at paramashivoham.org and attend the daily darshans at events.kailasa.org. So just inviting everyone, just set the intention and take the step. Having a thought is one thing. Taking the action on that thought makes a reverberation through the entire cosmos. So even when you turn a thought into a word, it has more power. And when you turn it into an action, it has more power. So make a declaration and commitment to yourself now and to those in your life, your loved ones and near and dear ones, and set the intention, fill the form at paramashivoham.org to make the declaration that you want to raise any aspect in your life and that you want the people in your life to experience that benefit also. So make a statement to yourself and to others today. Fill the intention form at paramashivoham.org, and we'll see you in the Maha Paramashivoham December 9th, 29th, and we will see what is the next levels of the experience of our true powerful nature that's going to unfold during these moments. So with this, if there's nothing further, Maharaj, we'll prepare for receiving Swamiji in the live satsang.
Thank you, Sri Ganatma. So now, let us prepare ourselves to receive our beloved Guru in the upcoming Alive Satsang. Please let us sit straight with our head, neck and spine in a straight line and invoke the presence of our beloved Guru in our heart, in our Anand Gandha, by chanting the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. And let us receive our beloved Guru in the upcoming Alive Satsang. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Nithyanandeshwara Paramashivasamarambam Nithyanandeshwari Paramashivashaktimadhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. I welcome you all with my love and blessings. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Samajis, Satsangis, Shri Mahants, Mahants, Tanidar, Kottari, visitors, viewers, everyone sitting with us all over the world. Mantreshwara, Vidyeshwara, Ganeshwara, Lokeshwara, Astreshwara. I welcome all of you with my love and blessings. Paramashiva's direct message from Maha KAILASA. Listen. Signs of Divya Sarira, Navakanda Yoga Samadhi is just two. Only two components. First and foremost, unclutching, intense, continuous practice of Akanda Nirvikalpa Samadhi, unbroken unclutching. Second, detoxing the body. It is all about purifying your muscle memory, biomemory, bioenergy. Listen. It's absolutely simple and possible. Oh, practicing unborn Hindus, listen. Born and practicing Hindus, listen. Nirvikalpa Samadhi, Navaganda Yoga Samadhi, Jiva Samadhi, Divya Sarira, all this is not only possible, simple. It's absolutely extremely simple. Have all the equipments, gadgets, comforts, luxuries of modern day. But when it comes to inner software,